Hello.
Back.
Hey, what's up?
Yes, here we go.
My name is my guest.
Sorry.
You can go. Yeah.
I am Joe Tefano. Tevia, thanks for having me on.
Thank you. And Nuke.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
hey guys, Nick Ryder here, Matthew, whatever. One thanks David for having me on. Can't wait to do this podcast. I'm not going to be a regular, but it's something I can't miss. Sorry, I'm talking. I'm cleaning my room. My room looks like a story of Slow's room in Endgame, so I got to clean it. So.
And John. John.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah.
how the
It's
fuck
me,
did
John
this get on
Avenger 7 1985, guys. I've been waiting for this all year, man. We're finally talking about this movie that made in 2 weeks. It's made $2 billion.
I
Oh my
caught
god!
it. I caught it before this film came out. I was gonna over $3 billion. I caught it.
Yeah, I got this poster at the theater. If you guys haven't seen it, yeah, I'm ready to go,
I
man.
can't hear.
This is
I can't
3
hear
hours
John.
that I just. Yeah, I'm
Still
here.
not
I'm here to
working?
play, man. What? Yeah. Who was that? Maxence Vincent. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never heard of these people. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're doing our spoiler podcast on Avengers Endgame, guys. So this is it, man. This is the biggest Marvel movie of the year. We still have a couple more left, but some that I'm just not looking forward to.
We got one left, and then we got Disney Plus. That's it.
Anyway,
Since I don't care about because it's been delayed so many times. Spider-Man's the next one. I can't wait to see that because I want to see what happens after Endgame. I'm looking forward to seeing Mysterio. I want to see a post-credit scene this time because we didn't get one here, but it was fine. After 3 hours, I was like, okay, I'm still satisfied anyway. But yeah,
Actually, we did get a post-credit scene.
Marvel
We got like a
goodness to
hammer
go. So let's
banging.
get this party started.
We got a hammer banging.
hey.
You have a hammer? What?
We have a hammer banging at the end. You hear metal on metal if you listen closely. People saying it's Iron Man maybe making his first suit, but if you listen closely at the end credits, you can hear iron on iron, like someone hitting iron, like they're making something.
No, that was like a celebratory thing for the 10-year anniversary for the first Iron Man.
That's interesting because I actually didn't get to stick around for the credits. I feel bad because
I did. I only stood till the very end, but there was
Okay.
no post-credit scene.
because there was no post-credit scenes. I thought, well, what's the point of sticking around?
Well, everyone was clapping at the end.
The,
when they're
the
showing
only
all
thing
the
that was
names.
worth seeing
Okay.
was all the names of the actors, and they showed the pictures
Yeah.
of them. I was clapping like crazy. I have a reaction video I'm going to show on Facebook because I don't want to get a copyright strike. I got one from my Shazam video, and I was pissed.
You know, it's
My
like I've only seen
post-credit
this
scene
one
for that,
time, but
got-
still, I'm trying to see it again on Friday night with my mom because we did get a chance to see it together. But I could still rember a huge amount of
my
it.
God.
It's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
podcast.
I have notes right
Oh,
here
yeah, like,
of all the spoilers.
Like,
Just spoilers.
What's your opinion of the Endgame? Oh, John, wait.
I think Sean died.
Damn it.
Yeah, his sound is terrible, but
Shit.
I'm not.
it's raining over here. So.
Okay, that's good news. So, John, what's your opinion of the Endgame?
Me?
Yeah.
Damn it, Thanos!
was
Stop fucking with people's connection.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Indeed.
Surprisingly, did not feel like 3 hours.
Yep.
I said that in the theater.
First time
When I got in, it felt like Lord of the Rings, but without like the 13 endings at the end, especially that final battle. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh, don't let Parker hear that. Parker have a fit.
15 minutes of just awesome Marvel freaking bliss. I was losing.
that was a cool way to open the movie, like with Hawkeye and his family, and I knew
disappearing. That's the first
I knew exactly
spoiler,
what was going to happen. Because it focuses on him, the camera focuses on him, and then it turns away from his daughter, and then when it goes back, she's not there, but you can see the remnants of dust falling on the ground.
Yeah,
like,
and the audience is like,
shit.
oh, no.
This
And
is
I'm like,
like-
it's a motivation to fight Thanos.
Yeah, that's a dark
Well,
opening.
I say every ending. I mean, every death there was, no one was talking. The whole theater was quiet. And I went Thursday opening night.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of guys crying in the theater, and you could hear their reactions.
I really didn't cry. I teared up a little because I'm not a really good
I was
crier.
touched emotionally. I was invested. I was like, this movie is getting me. You know, like all the scenes with Tony and his father, and and when Cap sees Agent Carter again, and I'm like, yeah, it works. I'm emotionally invested from the beginning to end.
We can all agree that
this movie like my quick. Oh, Mr. Green, what's your opinion on the Endgame?
Oh wait, can you guys hear me first of all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I had like some microphone issues a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fun. I guess I'd be like the black sheep. I thought it was like good, but it's not like my top 10 Marvel films. Like it was good. I liked Infinity War a lot better though.
Well, I mean, you and Josh would probably get along a lot because Josh has it all the way down near the bottom. He's got it like near the bottom of his list. So
really?
You guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess because of the long running time. No, this to me was just like the first one. I was like, I got that feeling of adrenaline through me from the moment the movie started until it was over. Just lots of clapping, lots of applause, lots of freaking people laughing. Every scene, they were just like they were glued to the screen.
You guys know this by after Infinity War Ragnarok, I became a huge fan of Thor, and you guys know how I'm a huge fan of Thor now because of those movies.
He made me laugh my ass off in this movie.
I was mad.
That was amazing. Oh,
I was mad at Thor for making him fat. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't really a huge fan of what they did with Thor in this movie.
It pissed me off because like he was so badass the first 10 minutes, and then he's on Fortnite saying, "Listen here, I will come." Like that was funny. Like Thor's funny. I mean, it would have been okay. It would have been okay if he was drunk and had a big build. I get that, but I wasn't a fan of the big belly. That kind of just threw me off.
Well, that and I also feel like this kind of further. Oh, sorry.
He's like,
oh, sorry.
Out of the way, Lebowski. It's like, yaha, aha, a reference to Jeff Bridges' movie. Aha.
Yeah.
Which makes it.
See, for me, it was more like the issue of.
Makes the.
I don't think they know what to do with Thor. Like, and I felt that way like ever since Thor Ragnarok, where I feel like Thor 1 was okay at best for a lot of people. Thor 2 was
people were laughing,
like universally hated, and then they kind of had to completely reboot Thor to make him like a Guardians of the Galaxy type character for people to like him, and they just kind of like lead into that further in this movie, and I feel like it just kind of feels like they don't really. Like, they don't know what to do with Thor. Like, he's just kind of lost.
I do respect the opinion. I think Thor is awesome. Yes, I do understand the point with the big belly, but in a way, you got to think about psychology cinema. Or psychology cinema, you got everything. You got the people, lost basically over half the population, lost the banners. Oh, speaking of that, previous banner, I agree with it. Let's get the banner set in the first 10 minutes. When we see all the Avengers find good space and kick Banner's ass. I usually cut them all short, obviously.
Yeah, it's like Thor takes his axe and goes, Rock's like, what did you do? Thor's like,
oh my God.
He went for the head. And that's his whole thing to the movie is he kind of feels that regret that he didn't go for the head a lot sooner.
Yep.
Yeah. But at the same time, I wasn't like, I'm okay with him being a drunk and doing that story. I'm just fine. But I wasn't a big fan of him being like so big. Like, it was funny. It threw me off a little. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I know Thor's going to come back. Chris Hemsworth said he's thinking about coming back. Tessa Thompson said they're in talks for a Thor fall.
Baby.
So, I'm just thinking. Hey, what's up? I'm just thinking that Thor's character is gonna I'm hoping in Guardians 3 that Thor's gonna lose the weight because it's nothing against being fat. Like I'm kind of big, but I've been losing weight, so it kind of it's really weird. It's like watching. It's like this. It's hard seeing him big because you're used to him being ripped and stuff, and it's kind of confusing. You know what I mean? And
time travel. The time travel is confusing.
No, that's another thing. I would like to talk about the time travel there, even though that they don't have to explain it because we already know how it goes.
Because there's like you can't change the past to change the future. You change the future by changing the past. To change your new future becomes your past, and it's like, wow, Banner, you're making it way more complicated than that.
That's more time travel. Oh, actually, Actually, before we get to that, Joe, I'll give you back after this. What's the man like?
That's a lot easier to follow than this movie's time travel.
Fair enough, but Joe, I want to add to this. What's the band? I know not the time travel stuff. We're gonna talk about that later. What's the band? Ant-Man getting out the quantum.
What did I think of it?
Yeah, Ant-Man getting out the quantum realm.
I thought it was. I was wondering for a while, like how he was going to get out, because like watching the trailers, I saw a couple of theories of like somehow he managed to go back to like 1980s or something, and because like seeing that van behind him, it made me think that okay, this is probably like an archive kind of footage, and
that's what I'm doing.
They probably trying to figure out like maybe they figure out themselves how to travel through time, but then it turns out like this little rat like pushes a button, and he all of a sudden he comes out of the quantum realm, and he was stuck there for like what 5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours.
Yeah, but then
5 years.
It turns out he's been gone for 5 years, and I thought it was kind of cool. Like it kind of reminded me of Marty in the first Back to the Future, where he's in 1955 and he's looking around.
By the way.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, like
you mean when his mom wants to fuck him? That Back to the Future movie?
Yeah, that. But this,
the future.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is like when he goes to like when Marty goes through Hill Valley and he notices that everything looks different. It's like, what's going on here? Why does everything look so old? But like it's the reverse effect. Like Scott's looking around, everything's like kind of run down. There's all these with all these monuments up, and he's thinking like, what just happened? Like, how much time has passed?
Yeah.
It's
like 5 years.
That was like cool, like
5 years later.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
When they killed Thanos, I'm like, wait,
you know,
that's it? No.
Oh, sorry.
Please no.
Okay.
Who should talk?
I also like the Scott Lang like looking at his grave scene, because that was cool.
Did you want me to finish or
throwback to Young Avengers? Oh, good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Green. Joe, maybe you finish, but we'll get to your point later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
I was gonna say I did catch that security guard who has a cameo who is Ken Jungo. Ken Jung.
Yeah, Ken Jong. He was funny. Yeah, people were like laughing. We didn't say anything, and they were laughing because they recognized him.
Well, I think the reason is probably he's like, hey, can I be in a Marvel movie? I don't care if I have no lines. I just want to be in a Marvel movie. I want to be in a Marvel movie. Even if you have no lines, you want to be in a Marvel movie.
It was one scene. It wasn't like Transformers 3 where he's in it for a lot longer.
Oh my god, when he's pretty much the fucking rapes Sam in the bathroom, pretty much. Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, what's not doing, John? We didn't keep the PG-13 impossible. But speaking of Avengers,
it's on the news all the time.
Let's get the fan percent when he destroyed the stones. Like, have already Avengers go to Spain and kick that was awesome. But to me, said I destroyed the stones, you know what to save the universe. And wait, what? You destroyed the stones? And then basically you got I won. Wait, you know what? I destroyed the stones, so but I'm the hero. You should all be grateful. But then Thor chopped his head off, and I went,
what do you do? I went for the head.
He chops his head off. I was like, quick movie.
I think the space travel was. I like how they
2.5 hours.
I do like that in the space travel, when they travel in space, they didn't fucking overuse it, which I was like, you knew they were in space, but they weren't fucking over, like making like, you know what I mean? Like in the Guardians, they overhype it in space, which is a fine thing, but it really didn't make it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really focus on the space, which I really liked, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine, because the X-Men go into space too.
Which I thought it was cool with that.
That's kind of interesting, because I kind of wanted them to do more cosmic stuff with this being like an Infinity Gauntlet adaptation, more or less.
Yeah,
that's like my big thing with Marvel Cosmic. I like when the heroes go to space and fight Thanos and all that stuff like that. It felt like I like the Jim Starlin type stuff, but I understand like the reason why they didn't have like a bunch of space faring adventures in this film, because it's a movie.
I get it, because they're saving that for
like a different space in Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Man, I hope we get Galactus in the next MCU phase, man. I want to see that.
We're not even on it for Mr. Death, maybe for the near future.
I think Bradley Cooper may have been one of the most funniest characters in that movie.
Oh yes.
And the sad thing is,
he's
I think
hilarious.
Bradley
great in this
Cooper
movie.
actually is actually starting to walk around with the cats. Like here, I think he actually holds the puppet now because I know that it's kind of hard. I know if I was in the film, I want to be near the cast. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be away from the cast.
Yeah.
And Rocket, it was so fun. He was like, "You want to go to space? I'll take you to space." Like that was like.
I think if anything, might be on set to kind of feed the dialogue. I think something.
Who hasn't been to space? Better not go up on my ship.
This you could tell these directors cared because if you look like when Tony comes back, he's all skinny. He's all skinny, and that's factual. That's going to be happening. If you don't eat or drink or don't have a lot of food for like 30 days, your body will start to look like that. So I'm so happy they actually did that, and they didn't fucking like say, "Oh my God, he's automatically ripped when he comes from space." No, I love how they show Tony fucking looks like he's fucking.
Yeah.
I can't say. No, I'm not gonna say that's inappropriate.
He looks like
he looks like he's
I know what you're going for,
but no, I was gonna make another joke that was gonna be worse than inappropriate, but I didn't do it.
But he's basically hanging by a thread, pretty much.
And then he just rips the chest piece off and says, "Fuck you, Steve Rogers," pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to cut the most of
focus on those two.
And I like that scene a lot because that also gives like stakes to Civil War, which a lot of people felt they didn't have. But this movie does show that like there are major consequences for the Avengers breaking up. Yeah, that was really cool.
You know, guys, I
warned you. I warned you it was gonna happen. I wanted to shoot all over the world, but you didn't listen to me, Steve Rogers. You left me out there in space.
Yeah, do you think he made Ultron?
Well, he did that to himself.
Do you think they had Ultron?
Continuity with the second movie, which they didn't do.
Yeah, they did.
And I also like how
appearance.
They don't vilify each other. Like they each talk about each other with a lot of respect, but they're just disappointed in the fact that each respective hero didn't do what they wanted them to do. Like Tony's disappointed in Steve because he doesn't act the way he thinks he should act, and Steve is disappointed in Tony because he doesn't act the way he thinks he should act. But they still respect each other as heroes.
Where's Adam Warlock? What the hell?
He's in Guardians of the Three.
He's going to be in Guardians 3.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
I haven't casted him yet, that's why we haven't seen him.
Yeah, I heard like Zac Efron's like in talks to be Adam Warlock for Guardians 3.
If you guys fucking hate me, Zac Efron's a fucking good actor. You can fucking fight me, but he's a fucking good actor.
No, he's really good. I do like him.
I don't know if he should be Adam Warlock.
I think he's fine. I don't dislike
Neighbors, he was good in that. I like him in that.
I think the second one was a lot of good. I think the second one was to not try to be like, let's make a second one with female so we're not sexist and shit. So like, I think that's the reason the second one sucked.
We're not going to get into that stuff. We'll be able to be about that. But anyways, speaking of that being going, that money. But after parents died, we just get the 5 years later, and I assume, okay, it's 5 years later, so it was all right. Because Spike can't stop 5 years later. That was silly, right? Nope. They stick to their gun and keep the 5-year gun intact. That is ballsy. I can read that I can kill parents 5 years later and they still keep it.
I want to like it. I really want to, but 5 years feels like it's way too long. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like Civilization would have just picked up and moved on after that long. And
you've got a point there because
like the way they kind of resolve it causes more problems potentially than fixes them, because humanity like would have just adapted to half of our species being wiped out, and we would have just kind of acclimated to the new status quo. But that all kind of goes down to like how they fix, how like Tony fixes the problem, which I like because it's a cool scene, but I kind of wish they did the Nebula thing where it's like they just kind of undo it. I know some people like call that cheap, but that's what they do in the book. So
they do it.
Also, it kind of gets rid of the whole like weird issue where the Avengers maybe cause overpopulation, like a sudden overpopulation.
Do you guys think in Age of Ultron they planned for that to tie into Endgame? Like they planned for that scene when he's like,
they did.
Yeah, they probably did.
They did because all of these movies connect at the end with this movie. All of them, even the ones they don't mention, like Iron Man 3 or whatever. They meant all of it is in this one movie.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
11 years of history.
I enjoy Iron Man 3 a lot more than Iron Man 1, even though because of the Mandarin is not like in the comics. I get that. That's just one part. That's the worst part of the movie, but it's not like really
that and Guy Pearce. I couldn't stand
that and the twist with the Mandarin and Guy Pearce being the Mandarin. But
yeah, Guy Pearce breathing fire. That was stupid. Rebecca Hall was supposed to be the villain.
Yeah, that's a real Mandarin involved in that little short movie from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, there's a short film with he's in prison. Yeah,
they made him Justin Hammerback for it.
Oh yeah, they did do that. Good call.
I mean, I like Iron Man 3 thematically, especially in regards to this movie, because it shows a lot of character growth for the character of Tony Stark, who in Iron Man 3 was having panic attacks because he found out that aliens existed, and in this film, he gets like the fundamental like personifications of the universe around his arm, and he saves the entire galaxy.
Yeah,
like that's like a cool like character progression.
Okay, that's
a really cool like
about
character thing.
Yeah, about Cap when he gets Cap's shield back, I'm not pretty sure that was the same shield from Civil War because I feel like
it looked buffed up a little bit. Yeah, it was magnified.
Yeah, because you deserve it. But
it was great. People clapped at that scene.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And also, did you notice how it wasn't the same shield because the other shield that Cap had in Civil War was magnetized. He had the magnetized arm, and this one it was the strap.
Yep, which I love. That amazing. Oh, speaking of that, Thanos, that reminded me. What is it? What's the Infinity Gauntlet itself? The Infinity Gem themselves. After Thanos destroyed them. I assume in general, I think they're gonna find a way to get the stone back besides time travel. But the time heist, that was amazing. Holy shit!
Yeah, that was great. The suits and them going back to times that we all of us fans remember all those things. Guardians 1, the first Avengers movie, the scene where they get the Soul Stone from Red Skull. It all ties together.
I thought Hawkeye was going to die.
There's nothing disconnected.
I actually thought Hawkeye was going to kick it.
Yeah. Running.
But I'm I'm not upset with Black Widow dying because she's getting her own film. So
yeah, but
I don't know if it takes place after or before, but it's still going to be. We're getting her back.
They kill her off.
Huh?
I think
at least it wasn't like. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a better chance of getting Chris Evans back for another film than Robert. Because I know they're both done, but I think if we're gonna have anyone come back, it would probably be Chris. He'd be the only one.
I would love to see Old Man Cap in a like Sam Wilson Captain America movie.
Oh, Joe, I want to ask you, what's your opinion on the whole time heist and obviously all the old movies?
Like what? Can you all still hear me? Or
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Because
it added a lot.
My camera's acting up a little bit, but if you all can hear me, that'd be fine.
Damn it!
Yeah,
you're may be hated. But that scene they added made me smile.
As far as like the time travel,
seeing his mother again, I almost teared up. That was great.
Fun.
One at a time. Joe, continue.
Okay.
Joe. As far as the time travel, going into it, I kind of had a feeling that they were going to do it somehow. I didn't know how exactly they were going to do it, but certain scenes from the trailer, I just couldn't help but notice. Like there was one shot of Iron Man flying above New York City, and the way that the lighting was, it kind of looked like, is that from the Battle of New York? Like, are they going to go back in time? And and then when they did, like, they had to go back to the Battle of New York, like 2012 New York, and I knew it. We're going to get the stone.
Yes.
I thought it was really cool. I thought it was cool that they went to specific time periods, and I liked how. Yes, I know the time travel aspect's confusing, but what I did like is that they have to return the stones where they got them, because otherwise it's going to screw up
alternate timeline.
Yeah, it's going to create an alternate timeline where they don't get the stones back.
Like Back to the Future
2.
Just like Back to the Future, you see it. Back to the Future Part 2, you see it from a different perspective, and the only thing that
love that. It just it's a nice nostalgia.
Is that like when the Hulk kicks the briefcase across the room and it goes right next to Loki's, like, too many stairs, and then Loki picks it up and runs away.
That was great.
I just
the
dialogue in this movie.
But the thing that kind of bugged me about it is like Loki was able to get away, and Thor's like, where do you go? Where'd he go? And they never address it again. It's like, okay, I get that they were setting up for a series, but I still wish they would have. I wish they would have cleared that up, like, because it doesn't seem like everything else was affected by that. But I kind of wish they would say, like, well, if Loki's in Thor: The Dark World, that means they got him back somehow. But I don't know. I just wish they would have cleared that up. But aside all that, I thought it was a cool. I thought that it was it wasn't like one of those things where it was like, oh yeah, and Cap fighting himself.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
Badass.
That's America's ass. That's America's ass.
That is America's ass. and like when he walks down, like, okay, I'm on the level, and then he stops. He goes, "Oh, you gotta be shitting me!" And I went,
I can do this all day. I know.
This movie was for the fans, man. It really was.
And then the elevator scene. You think it's gonna be a whole nother elevator fight, and all he says is Hell Hydra, and he gets this shit.
Oh my god!
People were laughing.
That was the great like Secret Empire.
The whole theater just died.
That was great. Oh, it's one more title and Baxter. Back in 2016, 20, they actually had a comic called Secret Empire. What's Secret Empire?
Whoa. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Okay.
Secret Empire was this.
Wow. Oh, is that where they got the line from?
Yep.
Yeah, because then Secret Empire got America.
There was a whole uproar about it at the time. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I don't really follow the comics like currently, but but I knew that I knew that had to be fake somehow. Like he's probably just posing like with Hydra.
Yeah, that was funny though. That made me laugh.
Yeah, the movie is funny.
I laughed a lot.
It was a huge upvote controversy. I mean, holy shit, it's a nightmare. Like this like a death flip. Like, what the hell, people? Like,
people are just too attached. It's like what. Look what they did to this poor girl this year. Screw those haters, by the way. I love Captain Marvel.
I'm happy that they didn't make. I'm happy they didn't make her the person who killed Thanos. I'm so happy that she did not kill
She fights him though. Did I say she was going to be the
most? I was fine with that. Right. I said I was fine with her fighting Thanos, but I was not okay with her giving the killing blow.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that they're gonna like have her be a Deus Ex Machina.
That's
not the worst thing. That's what they did with Thor and Infinity War, and I like that. But the problem would be that this is a brand new character they just introduced one movie ago, and to have her just swoop in and save the day would have felt so cheap.
I know, but they didn't do it.
11 years to have this random character be essentially the killing blow, you would have undone 11 years of development.
Yeah, I'm so glad they didn't do that. That would have felt so cheap.
But I wasn't a big fan of her haircut. Okay, it was a little bit too Ellen DeGeneres.
I get it.
It was a little bit too
lesbian haircut. I get
it. No, it was Ellen DeGeneres haircut. Ellen DeGeneres.
Really, I liked it more than I like it in the comics. I just think it looks better on a person than.
You know, the first Captain Marvel in the comics, if I'm correct, she was actually black. I think the first Captain Marvel. Am I right about that?
No, that's not true. That's not true. The first Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel.
The Captain Marvel line is very long. There's a long history of people in the Marvel universe having the Captain Marvel mantle. There's like 5 people who were Captain Marvel before Carol.
It was 5 people. It was Captain Marvel, then Monica Rambeau, the second Captain Marvel, and there was Captain Marvel's son who was
Miss Marvel. There's a lot.
You forgot Rick Jones. You forgot Rick Jones. Rick Jones was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, DC Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
that's the Shazam.
Yep.
You know,
that was great.
Do you know what I was thinking? Guys, I have a theory. I think Black Panther may actually take over the reins, because if you think about it, in that scene where everybody comes back alive, you see Black Panther first, and you see Black Panther look like Captain America. So I'm thinking maybe Captain Marvel's not gonna have Captain Marvel's not gonna have a big enough. It's not gonna have a big stay. She's gonna be in some movie. She's not gonna be like the leader of the Avengers right away. I think Black Panther is probably gonna lead, because why would they have him come out first? Know what I mean?
That is a very good question.
Well, Kevin Feige, when the Black Panther film was coming out, he said that he wanted T'Challa to be the next Iron Man.
I can see that being
no, fuck that. I'd rather have that kid from Iron Man 3.
That would be too soon.
The kid from Iron Man 3.
No, not like physically Iron Man, but like the next character to carry on the MCU, to lead the MCU. Like he's gonna be like the next metaphorical Iron Man in that.
Did
sense.
you guys Did you guys see the kid in that funeral? You know, that was from Iron Man 3. That kid.
I did that. Huh?
Yeah.
Girl.
What? And it kind of reminds me like how long ago Iron Man 3 was.
I think he should take over Iron Man. Actually,
No,
I
don't see it happening. Because one, that's a bad idea. Two, that's not gonna happen.
Spider-Man the new Iron Man? Because Nick
we already have an Iron Boy Jr. He's called Spider-Man.
Yeah. Nick Fury is in the trailer. He's playing as Spider-Man's like going to be the next Iron Man because he's playing him like he's got a job. He's playing Spider-Man like because I mean he's gonna have the tech suit, right? I bet you Tony's gonna. I bet you, and there's gonna be an after credit scene. I'm gonna say there's probably gonna be an after credit scene or some part of the movie where Tony has something, made something for Spider-Man. It's gonna be the after credit scene or some part of the movie. Well, like it's gonna be a scene where Happy says, you know, he left this for you when you're ready, and it's gonna be a whole new suit. I'm telling you that right now. I think Iron Man's
gonna be a new suit because they're setting up Miles Morales.
Well,
Josh is probably not.
Exactly. I'm hoping they don't rush him.
No, they are putting him. Tevya, I read there's a kid that has an undisclosed role in Far From Home. He's probably going to be Miles.
Well, they could do what they did in Spider-Man, the PS4 video game. They could have Miles as a teenager and Peter Otto.
Yeah,
and then
I would support that 100% because I mean, for my like in main universe, he's just been butchered really in the main universe. In the open universe, he works. In the main universe, he doesn't. I could do Joanne all day, but
I can totally see Marvel going the route where they have the current animated series where Miles and Peter are best friends, and they're like, I can totally see them doing that.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of what they did with like Homecoming, where like they pretty much adapted the Drake Bell Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon for the movies, and people liked it.
Yeah, it was funny, and it wasn't dark and gritty like the Amazing films were. I hated those movies so much.
You made both.
And Venom, I didn't watch it because I like
Venom was pretty good. It would have been better if it was really long.
Compared to this. No,
not even close. I'm not even close, but I'm saying Venom was better than what people were giving it credit for.
I'll say something about the scene with Alexander Pierce is a little confusing.
Oh yeah.
How so?
So if that event happened the way it did.
Oh, you mean what's it, Robert Redford? Yeah.
Really did take Loki and the Tesseract into custody. How did Thor take them both back to Asgard then?
Okay, so this is kind of the problem I have with the whole time travel thing. I can totally see that happening at the end of the first Avengers film, between the money shot and the epilogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the whole time travel thing kind of messes that up because with this being like alternate universe branching time travel, that means that the Avengers inadvertently created a universe where Loki was never arrested and Thor: The Dark World never happens, and then foreseeably like the MCU just kind of goes into a brand new timeline after that.
Yeah.
But and like they also kind of do a thing where like Hydra thinks that Captain America is with them.
Yep.
But because that whole Hail Hydra thing, like that's gonna like how does Winter Soldier play out? Also, in that scene where Cap fights Cap, he tells him that Bucky's alive, so he's gonna go into Winter Soldier knowing that Bucky's already alive.
Actually,
that made me smile.
Actually,
all of this continuity.
Mind Stone. You're past Cap's family.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, take the time travel off the table, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take the time travel off the table. Okay? If that scene with Pierce played out as it did, how then did Thor take Loki and the Tesseract to Asgard?
Oh, because he's Thor.
Yeah, he's Thor.
Are you really going to fight God?
Yeah, you can fight.
Like that's just like the big thing. Like you can be the president, you could be like the governor, or whatever. There's like a literal Norse god standing in front of you saying, "I don't care what your human laws are. This is my brother. He's an Asgardian. I'm taking him to Asgard to face Asgardian justice."
Yep.
And someone try to stop Thor. I dare someone to try to stop Thor.
You can tell a god, a thunder god from Asgard who rode lightning with his hands. And
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Loki basically, or Thor basically said that. Yet Pierce is like, well, Odin can have what's left of him.
So, I mean, I just kind of see that whole thing of like, you know, if like as it played out in the original Avengers film, we all saw that Thor took Loki anyways. So I'm guessing there was a skirmish, and he just took him and he just disregarded Pierce entirely.
Yeah, in case.
Oh, and also I find it funny how this movie kind of clarifies that Doctor Strange took place in 2017.
Yeah, that was great.
Because when Banner shows up to the Sanctum, he says, "I'm looking for Doctor Strange," and the one's like, "You're about 5 years too early." He's like, "Aha! Doctor Strange takes place in 2017 now."
Yep.
I thought that was
That took place in real time, right? Didn't Doctor Strange take place in real time?
Yeah, Doctor Strange took place in real time.
Not necessarily. If it takes place in 2017.
Yeah, I thought it. So I didn't really like Doctor Strange, so I don't have that movie fresh in my head. But
No.
I could have sworn that film like took place like in the year it came out.
2016.
2016, not 2017.
No,
Oh, really?
2017 was Guardians 2 and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Like the way the chronology works is
Hang
Civil
on.
War, basically Civil War, Black Panther, Homecoming, Doctor Strange, Ragnarok, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Infinity War.
Doctor Strange.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like
before.
I guess it's like a small thing
Before
since like you know the MCU already has like some continuity issues with Homecoming where they're like Avengers took place in 2012, but Homecoming took place 8 years later, and like
They've admitted
how in Civil War they say that Iron Man took place in 2008, but except in Iron Man 2 they established that Iron Man took place in 2010. So it's just like a semantics thing. It doesn't really matter.
Came out in
They're just throwing out numbers.
Yeah, I saw Doctor Strange in theater. I know exactly. November 2016, right before Fantastic Beasts.
October
And where to
20th, 2016.
Well, Iron Man 2 takes place, like, I think, in 2010, too, in the timeline, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, both Iron Man and Iron Man 2 take place in 2010 because Iron Man 2 takes place 6 months after Iron Man 1.
After rewatching Iron Man 2, honestly, I have more enjoyment in that than any of the Thors, and I've had pretty enjoyment in Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
Iron Man 2 is really fun to watch.
It's not good.
It breaks down. It breaks down like once you get after the Monte Carlo scene, but it's really fun.
But it gave us her for the first time, so I'm not complaining too much.
Yeah, it's a good amazing. Oh,
Also, the suitcase armor scene is like straight out of the animated series, and I love that.
That's
like,
cool. Yeah.
I'm not like a nostalgic person, but that really hit me like in the '90s feel box.
Yeah. This movie did too, a lot.
Speaking of that, I can be recommending. Joe, what's the man on the whole Soulstone stuff? When we get the Red Skull.
Where Black Widow has to give her life. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Didn't bother me. No.
That scene. Oh boy. Let's see. I knew that they had to go back there and get the Soul Stone, and I knew that somebody was gonna have to sacrifice something, but I thought that I expected Hawkeye to do it, but then they kept fighting each other, and at a certain point, I'm like, okay, why don't you just kill them both and be done with it? But then when Black Widow was insisting that she had to be the one to do it, I thought, well, that probably makes
just
the
like
most sense.
Gamora on the last.
I thought it was kind of cool when Hawkeye jumps off the cliff, and you think it's gonna be Hawkeye, and then Black Widow's like, "Fuck no, bitch."
Yep.
I felt kind of bad because like my girlfriend and I were laughing because we kind of because like we saw Infinity War, so we knew that someone was gonna die going there, and Hawkeye has a family, and at the end of the film, with this being a superhero film, you know that he's gonna get his family back. Black Widow's whole thing is she doesn't have a family, or at least she doesn't feel like she does. So we kind of knew like, oh yeah, she's totally gonna die. And people were crying around
like
us.
Gamora died at the end of.
This is an emotional moment for a lot of people, but this is
it's kind of funny that
people
they were upset about it. I know I wasn't.
Even James Gunn said
Scarlett Johansson dying.
James Gunn said Guardians 3 is gonna make a Gamora movie like months before Endgame came out. So I think that it's just gonna be Guardians 3. It's gonna be about Gamora and them trying to find Gamora and make her fall back in love with Peter Quill.
I can see it being the case. Very time involved.
That would be really creepy. Like that's like seriously kind of creepy though. It's like, oh, by the way, you who hasn't fallen in love with this guy yet, you're gonna have to fall in love with him just to make us comfortable. That's creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah,
it's
but
a little weird.
Also he has a thing for her in the comics too. So
Captain Marvel.
She goes into space. Yeah. So that's in continuity as well.
I hope they bring in Nova.
Hold on, wait, hold on, guys.
One at a time.
What now?
I hope they bring in Nova so they can have past Gamora fall in love with Nova instead of Peter Quill.
Yeah, Richard Leto. We need Nova, damn it. If one character doesn't need to be conflict, it's Richard Leto.
I love Richard Rider. I don't know why everyone hates him.
Or it's one bring Sam Alexander. I know people don't like Sam Alexander, but I pretty like Sam Alexander. They did good, but the problem with them, well, they misuse them.
I would love an Into the Spider-Verse version of Nova.
Yeah,
we have Sam Alexander be the Miles Morales to Richard Rider's Peter Parker. That'd be really cool. I'd love that movie.
Same. It's probably all the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, that there's no question. I mean, I don't think that's a high bar though. I don't think any of the Spider-Man movies are that great, but like Into the Spider-Verse is definitely like the best Spider-Man.
I think it's too hyped up. Into the Spider-Verse is too hyped of a film. It's a good film. It's an amazing film, but I think it's too hyped. Just like Black Panther was too hyped.
Black Panther gets a lot of hype. I do think like Black Panther is really good though. Like it's one of those films that like is overhyped, but it is legitimately really good.
Yeah, but if there's other films that are way better, and it shouldn't even got nominated for an Oscar for movie.
Yeah, I feel like Black Panther is like the modern day Dark Knight, where the Dark Knight is also really good, but it's also overhyped.
Overhyped and crazy.
There's times I enjoy Rises more than Dark Knight. Like, I go back and forth. There's times where I want to throw in Rises, and there's times when I want to throw in the Dark Knight. I go back and forth. There's times where I want to watch Rises, and there's times where I want to watch the Dark Knight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I get it.
I haven't seen Rises since I saw it in theaters.
I think Begins is the worst out of the Dark Knight trilogy, in my opinion.
What? Begins is amazing.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I love Begins.
I love Begins. No, Begins is a good film. I'm not saying it's a bad film. That's a perfect trilogy. But I think it's the weakest out of the trilogy, in my opinion.
That's interesting. Cool. That's like
I think all three are equally good, but everybody's got their preference.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm alone on this, but I thought it was kind of contrived that they had Nebula go to 2014 because, I mean, it's like, well, we killed our villain in the first 20. Oh shit, we need a new one. So
I'm not going to talk to him. This is the only podcast we're doing today. So
because that's the thing is if she was gone to any other time period, Thanos would have never. So it seems just kind of contrived.
That was one of those. That's like one of those story things of like, how do you get the plot? How do you get the plot rolling?
Yeah,
like I want to like ding that too, but it's one of those things of just how do you progress the plot? I know some people call it contrivance, but contrivances are kind of normal in story.
The movie's over. That would have been
contrivances are part of the movie genre. They're part of any story doing. But speaking of the social, I want to get my thoughts on this. I thought I fuck with what was talking about myself. Endgame by me getting born. Yeah, I agree. That is a good call. Good call, Joe. Yeah, I agree.
She didn't really do much. She did a lot in the beginning, and then at the end, she's just
up until now, I never really cared for Nebula. I always thought that Karen Gillan, I felt like she was kind of overdoing it in the previous movies, and it took me a long time until now to finally say, okay, I can get behind this. I can get behind this character.
I thought that.
The Guardians films are kind of different from the other Marvel films, where like the Guardians films
I don't know if it was Karen Gillan's acting or if it was the writing of the character, or if it was both. I don't know. I just never really. Even the first Guardians,
I like the way she looks. I like her character, the way she looks.
What's the deal with this woman?
I pretty love Nebula.
I don't know. She's like kind of bipolar or something. It's like I'm bad, then I'm good, then I'm bad, then I'm good, and then here giving that the gauntlet. I'm like, oh, here we go again, just like in the last movie, or I'm like, she's on and off for me. Yeah.
Speaking of Nebula, I'm sorry to do it, but I want to give a social. I put my thought with Black Widow and Hawkeye attacking the Cindy Red Skull. That was pretty cool. But the main aspect of Black Widow that broke my heart. No, No, like come on, like to have a dog that did break my heart in pieces because I cried.
Yeah, and I like how and I don't interrupt you, but I like how when you speak of Soulstone, I like how when Nebula tells them about Soulstone, she's like, "Well, Volmir is a place that my father killed my sister." She's like, "You want to elaborate a little more on that? Like the fact that like sacrificed her for the stone?"
Good question. Yeah, you are right.
I mean, I guess like Black Widow and Hawkeye are lucky that neither of them went alone because they would have been real screwed if that happened.
Yeah, one of them was talking about themselves, and none of them got the stone. So they need a backup plan. And even if I'm going to, like whatever it takes, like she's willing to die just for the mission. And that is a smart way. That's my story, in my opinion. And yeah, that does suck that she died, but she died for a good cause.
Well, it's not a pop-out death like in other movies.
With Hawkeye being he's still grieving because he had to literally watch her die, and he tells Thor when Thor's like, "We can bring her back," and he's like, "You know what? Why don't you take your hammer, go fly out into space, and talk to that guy yourself?"
Yeah, talk to it. Oh, that is a missed opportunity. I completely forgot. We never get to see Captain Let's Go talking to each other again.
You know what would be funny?
Yeah, that would have been cool. I was really wishing that we'd have a scene where we see like Cap crossing like
funny,
not the Red Skull. That would have been cool.
Yeah, it'd be funny if
we kept it out.
It would be funny if Thor just fucking flew up in space, came back down with Red Skull's head, and he's like, "He fixed it."
Although I do have a question about like Thor.
Yeah,
so Thor has his hammer in this movie. So how is Thor still worthy? Because we see him like
I've wondered,
he's worthy because he drinks beer and he plays Fortnite. Okay.
But he's
yells at a guy about Fortnite over
on the internet, and he's he's a drunkard who's like yelling at kids on Fortnite. How is he still worthy of Mjolnir? I don't.
Hey, Thor, this little kid called me a dick again.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
I love the moment where Steve actually wields it, and Thor's like, "I do it."
That was awesome. That got so many applause in the theater.
Dude, the whole theater applause.
I watched someone review the game, and they're like, "Yeah, there's no setup." It's like, wow, clearly Age of Ultron is clearly not a thing then.
Well, the reason you couldn't lift the hammer was because the good of Tony's parents' death. That's why you couldn't lift the hammer because of Tony's.
The review's like, wow, there's no setup. It's like, and I'm like, wow, clearly Age of Ultron is not a thing then.
Well, I also think in Age of Ultron,
Cap was wet myself when Cap caught the hammer and theater erupted. Yes, they did. Yeah, I agree with that, Joe. Everybody was like, "Woo!" I was like, "Yeah, you should get my reaction."
Huh, my plan worked. I won. They got to take it with me. Oh, that's not going to happen. I'm going to go back to the prison and I'm going to trick the Avengers guy. He blew up the entire mansion. What, the mansion? For the entire headquarters.
Also, the that two-bladed sword that Thanos had looked like a Final Fantasy VII.
Weapon. What the fuck was it made out of that was strong enough to break Cap's
alien metal?
Space metal or something. It was huge. It's like this.
He's like the action role in this movie.
Yep. Because that I won. The that's not gonna happen. Oh, no,
Did you guys think that Cap was gonna die when he tightened the shield, like before that scene?
Actually, that scene reminded me of a Painting Gauntlet when Cap goes to Thanos. You never said the speech.
Hold on.
Yeah. I really thought he was gonna give that speech where like he tightens his shield and he like walks up to Thanos and like he's just staring him down.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad that we got the portal scene instead.
What do you think on your left?
Yeah.
On your left.
That's a cool trade-off for that scene.
Yeah, that was awesome.
As much as I want like the comic book version, like the way the movie did it was really well handled.
Yeah. And Howard the Duck was there kicking the fucking ass out of people.
I didn't see Howard the Duck.
I didn't see Howard the Duck in there at all.
I didn't see him either the first time.
I got the line. As long as one man stands up against your fans, you'll never be able to claim victory. No sentiment, and from one who is about to die. I give my life as a sentiment.
Do you think Doctor Strange knew Iron Man was going to have to die?
He probably did. That's probably why. Because he even looked at Tony, he's like, and he puts up one finger, telling Tony, "This is it."
Yep. Speaking on the left scene, I do want to talk about that. When Baron does you want it was like a down barrier, I just kind of back to me, but he had to like say no to that like it, but like fine, you're not gonna go to wait, and then I have to been probably fine. You know what? Screw it. You know I'm gonna destroy all the universe and redo my own image. You're welcome. I love that design Baron said that because it makes sense. Because and wait, Baron is actually in a way and dealing with this past Thanos, present Thanos.
My heart was raised in that final like battle of Thanos, like the last 2 minutes when it was like Captain Marvel and Iron Man both trying to stop him from the glove, and me thinking Iron Man's gonna die, and then fucking Cap gets fucking knocked the fuck out by a fucking punch. Like, dude. That was like someone. It's like if you fucking. That's like if you stole John Wick's dog. Yeah. That's fucking how Matt Thanos was. He fucked Cap shit up.
Yeah. So I kind of I like the final battle in this movie, but I kind of after watching it, I feel like I wish we didn't have a final battle sequence in Infinity War because this was better, like this was the battle, and I feel like Infinity War like it kind of it just kind of feels redundant. Except we switched the endings.
Yeah, there was no in Thanos is okay. So the battle of the little creatures, whatever the fuck they called, that's fine in Infinity War, but there was no battle with Thanos in Infinity War. You can say there was no battle with Thanos. It was a massacre. Thanos pretty much he didn't massacre Titan. Titan was a close kind of like they almost had him, but fucking he massacred fucking Wakanda. When Thanos come in, it's like the Kool-Aid saying, "Oh yeah," he just took over the whole fucking room.
Yep.
Like
he started shove aim for the head.
You want to know the one thing that really I'm gonna say one last fan, then I'll be shut up. The one thing that really surprised me, and I mention this all the time, is they bitched us in the other movies. The one comic character that's the most powerful in the comics is Scarlet Witch, and they bitched her in the past movies. But in this movie, they showed her full fucking power. She would have killed Thanos. She would have killed Thanos if she kept going.
I still feel like they don't really have a handle on like Scarlet Witch's powers. Like,
dude, in the comics,
I'm not like super familiar with what she can do because I haven't read like Kurt Busiek stuff where like she's really powerful. But I've read the Ultimate Universe stuff, and I feel like Scarlet Witch is like really heavily underpowered in these. And even in this film too,
dude, she could kill everyone in the sec. Like if
comics, she's underpowered though, hell, but in the main sequences in comics, she's powerful.
Fun fact: in the Infinity Comics, Thanos recruits Scarlet Witch. He's like, "Hey, you join me, I'll revive your brother." Because Scarlet Witch was so powerful, Thanos could not fuck with her in the comic. Could not beat her.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't know who you are. You will.
Well, in the comic, I don't think Death would have been a good idea, but if Death was in this film, it would have been way different because if Scarlet Witch would have killed Thanos instantly if it was in the comics, okay? Yeah. Scarlet Witch is extremely powerful, and I feel like she should have. She was so close to killing Thanos. Thanos was gonna fucking die. Thanos was more fucked up than Lindsay Lohan like a couple years ago. She was like fucked up, and he was gonna die unless he got fucked. And then some guy came by like a pimp and pimp slapped her across the fucking room. Oh, and like, it's like give me my money, bitch. And then
you bring up the whole like Mistress Death thing. So I understand why they didn't do Mistress Death because. General audience. This is a movie, and general audiences probably just wouldn't gel with the whole concept of there being a personification of an absolute concept.
Yeah. And I think in the comics, Thanos hooked up with Death. Actually, fucking
but I would have liked it if they kept the whole like nihilism angle, where Thanos was just like he was a nihilist and he worshipped the concept of death.
Yeah,
like you just make him a zealot. Like that would have been cool. But I also I get the whole like I get the change.
No,
I can understand that. But even though I have Mr. Death because I don't know when it comes to that because this entire story, love story. Okay, oh Mr. Death, I'll do everything for you, even like half the universe. Okay.
What? You know what?
I don't like it.
But also like But I also don't mind it so much because like Thanos in this movie in the MCU was kind of like a reinvention of the character, like basically every other character in the MCU is. Like he's about as accurate to comic book Thanos as Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is to Iron Man. Okay. So like it's one of those things of like this is its own universe. These are like these directors' versions of these characters. And they're nothing like the characters in the comics, but that's okay. Like they're doing their own thing, and they're doing it like over here in their own creative universe with their own creative direction.
Which I'm fine with, but sometimes you need changes. Like, Lola hate changing the show material. You got to use something to put some security. That's why I'm saying. Well, we said Spider-Man 2. I'm not going to change it. Spider-Man 3, that's a little bit. That's an 11. Maybe Spider-Man train wreck. You know, that's not talking today. Well, we can do a Spider-Man franchise next time.
That's another day, another time.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. Spider-Man's fucked in the MCU right now, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, he lost, but he always knew everyone who oh, speaking of Spidey, I completely forgot. Like, I want to talk about this. I completely forgot to mention this. Holy shit, and to remind me. Speaking of Spidey at the, we're getting on the left, we're on the push up. That made me smile because it worked against the Doctor Strange. Yeah, everybody, you want more? Like, that was funny.
That was a really good scene.
That was great.
What scene again?
When Cap is at the band, is it a Cap on the left? And you see Falcon, you see all the heroes show up. There's one match with all the pros opening. That made me smile amazing. And
that was amazing. That everybody erupted. You should hear it now.
Say goodbye to fucking Spider-Man in a couple of years because Sony's film with Marvel deal is almost up. And he's got like 2 more films. I think 1 more film after his solo film, I think. And the plan is he's still gonna take him and make him go against Venom. He's gonna be in the Venom movie, another Venom down the line.
Happening. Wait.
They announced that.
I kind of see that happening. I can see like the MCU killing Peter off, and after his 3rd movie because Tom Holland let it slip that they are making a third MCU Spider-Man film, but.
Tom Holland is as good as fucking keeping a secret as good as Charlie Sheen staying clean. Like he cannot keep a secret.
Yeah. Okay, we are going that dark.
Oh come on!
I'm not like the biggest like MCU Spider-Man fan, but like for the sake of like this universe and what they're doing with it, I think it would be kind of interesting to like have Spider-Man die in his 3rd film, and that way you kind of introduce other teen superheroes like Cannonball and Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel.
Squirrel Girl. Why the fuck
you build it up where like these other teen superheroes are like inspired by Spider-Man.
What's her fucking power? I know who Squirrel Girl is. What's she gonna fucking do? Turn into a fucking squirrel and bite the nuts of a fucking guy and win the fucking fight? Yeah. I mean that's how you do
see that happening. Marvel Rising didn't do well, so it was not a thing.
Read the comment. Sorry, to read the comment. We got Dougie E. Bush. He said hello. How problem Doc said.
Hey, how's it going?
Listen to this. You heard that? That was cheering in the theater. That was me and hundreds of other people.
It sounded like Steve Pipio for a sec. That's what it sounded like.
No, see when she kept saying for my family, no shit. No son. Shit was stupid. Oh my god, Jen. You tell me with Scott Witch. For some reason, they want to make it OP and then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm not don't finish stuff. Okay, that stuff. I hate about that stuff. Like, I'm tired of people calling out as their comment.
Lucy.
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear what you just said.
The comment said that. So for some reason, they want to make it OP and then all of a sudden,
Lucy
will come in and ruin it. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't give a damn. Whatever. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't again political that stuff, but speak up in the Marvel. I gotta do a talk. What tell all team characters like Hope, Ant-Man, Rescue.
That was great to see her back.
That was amazing. Captain Marshall. I'll kick them fan. That was amazing. I love it. That was awesome. I mean, holy shit!
Yeah.
I love that part.
That was kind of cute.
Team up and kicking ass.
Yeah, I know like people freaked out about it for some reason. Like I saw it like more as a reference to A-Force than anything else.
A-Force.
But like, yeah, that's like the first thing that popped in my head. But I guess some people had an issue with it. I don't know why.
I know why.
I know why, but like I don't know why.
They're like, oh, it's gonna be SJWs. I'm like, we're past that, guys.
We're past that.
We're past that.
Oh my!
Episode 9, they showed the trailer. Nobody reacted. There was no applause or nothing.
Are you serious?
Why?
What fucking
You know
trailer
why?
are you fucking react?
No applause,
dude.
The trailer came up. I was watching it. I was covering my eyes. I heard nobody clapping. Nobody was cheering.
Because
nobody was reacting.
Half
because
the people
they hated
in
the Last Jedi.
a lot of the people in theaters and stuff maybe not be really big fans of that stuff, but I mean, in my theater there was some claps and stuff, and especially on the
way it's gonna beat this movie. No way.
It's not gonna beat this movie, but I think it
not
could
even
be
close.
I think it's gonna be in the top 2. I really think Episode 9 is gonna be the best out of the trilogy.
With Frozen 2 coming before it. Yeah, I laugh.
You mean Frozen 2? Yeah. It's gonna be fucking. Did you know she's gonna be a lesbian in that movie? They announced it.
They better not do that. If they do that,
they already did.
out.
Yo, Disney announced
like,
that. Dude, Disney announced in Frozen 2, Elsa's gonna be a lesbian. With a fall.
Yeah, watch kids are gonna be confused and walk out of the theater. So if that happens,
mommy, what's a lesbian?
I don't watch movies pandering. Anuka, I watch it to be entertained. It's like if they made Valkyrie a lesbian, it would make no sense.
I mean,
the CW does that enough already with the DC shows.
I'm fine
let's
with
make
that,
them a lesbian. It'll add progression.
I'm fine with them being lesbian, but I'm not okay with fucking making Frozen a lesbian because it's like, come on, it's fucking Disney.
They do it. I'm walking out. It's Disney. It's for kids. Wait, who left? Oh, that was Joaquin, right? Yeah. They shouldn't do that because it's for kids. Let it be for kids. Don't try to pander.
I went to the AMC theater when I was in New York City, dude. I want to walk out of a theater if it takes me like $25 a piece at AMC theater.
I'm gonna walk out. I didn't walk out of this because I was gonna stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But for something like that, I don't want to see that. Batwoman is already a lesbian, and I'm not interested. Thank you very much.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with lesbians. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, I'm into girls. I'm on the winning team.
Sure. I know that.
Let's continue.
Nothing's. I just don't.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was funny how Hope referred to Steve as Cap, considering the fact that she picked on Scott for doing the exact same thing.
And he never met Cap in any of the movies.
Funny.
Yeah,
that was funny. I love Ant-Man.
Yeah, because in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the whole movie, she's picking on him for calling him Cap. Yet she does the exact same thing in this movie.
Yep, that's hilarious.
Excuse you, but anyway, yeah. The final battle in this movie was just like in Return of the King. Like the setup, grand scale, the epic CGI, everything just felt. Oh my god, I was losing it in the theater. And when he finally says "Avengers assemble," people were going crazy. I waited a long time for that since Age of Ultron.
Yo, dude, I creamed in my pants when that happened. That was crazy.
I was like,
Joe, what's your opinion on Avengers Assemble line?
Avengers Assemble. Okay, I mean that whole scene where they're returning. I mean, come on, you can't not clap and cheer. I mean, especially like
I did.
Just real quick before I get to the Assemble line.
I lost my voice.
It's like a goal. It's like a goal. No, man, I'm not gonna say that. That's gonna be too. That's gonna be rated R if I say that.
Yeah.
It was like when I saw Spider-Man off to the side when he was coming in. I couldn't help myself. I literally screamed, "Spider-Man!"
Yeah,
Spider-Man. When Spider-Man appeared and he looked around, he looked like a kid he saw his first boobies. Like he was so fucking surprised. He was like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah. And then when he gives Captain Marvel the gauntlet, it's like, "Hi, I'm Peter."
But hi, Peter Parker.
I'm Peter Parker. Hi, Peter Parker. You got
that Avengers Assemble line, like when he goes, "Avengers
Assemble."
I caught it and he goes, "Assemble."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes.
Everybody erupted.
Yes.
And I even almost said something like
that was me in the theater. I was like,
yes, because the way everyone was running at Thanos and his army. I thought, that is so cool.
Yeah, that was like Lord of the Rings. It reminded me of that. I just loved it. I loved every second of that 15 minutes of greatness. Oh my god, that alone is worth waiting the 2 hours and whatever minutes. It's so worth it.
I like the between Peter and Tony where Peter's just rambling about nonsense and Tony just watching him like not caring because he's missed in the last 5 years.
I would say this.
So like Tony's just
Tony has
like not really caring about what Peter.
Yeah. Tony has a daughter and a son in Endgame. I'll say that right now. Tony has a daughter and a son. I'll say that. Peter's his son.
Think about it.
Peter is his son.
It's kind of this. Makes you think about it.
Yo, what about that? That is wait.
Oh, and tell you, I just thought of something. Do you remember how?
Hey, movie man, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Good to have you here.
What's up?
It's been a while.
In Homecoming, when Tony's like, "If you died, I feel like that's on me."
Yep.
Well, and when Peter died in Infinity War, Tony felt guilty.
Yep. He did.
That kind of paid off.
Yeah, I saw the picture and people were like, "Oh, see, this film, it gets people. It really does."
Because
That's why they're going to see it.
I think Tony felt that Peter was his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel it would have been cool if there was an ending where Tony lived and Peter went to see like Tony's kid and they hanged out and stuff. That would have been a cool scene. But we didn't get that. You know what? I didn't cry really that much during Iron Man stuff. It was sad. I cried
and I was like, oh yes.
I cried at the scene. Well, at the funeral and Happy.
Yeah, it was emotional, but
when Happy
it was a long time coming.
When Happy's sitting down with his daughter and saying the cheeseburger line, that made me cry. And so, like, I was already tearing up, but I made it come flooding down when she's like, "I'll buy all the cheeseburgers you want." Like that scene. I mean, Iron Man dying, I started tearing up, but I started like tears started coming down my face when I heard that scene because Happy was like. If you think about it, that character he plays Happy, he directed the first Iron Man. He's the one he put his neck out on the line for Robert Downey Jr. to have the job. Yep. That actor, he plays Happy. He directed the first one. He put his neck on. He put his neck on the line. He put his neck on the line for Robert Downey Jr. He said he put his career on the line for Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
So.
Without his support, we won't get Iron. Oh, speaking of Iron Man, what's this? Oh, we're gonna get with the Bane on. We're not being jammed. I think they're trying to put the Avengers back in time, but destroy the band. Which the band. Why?
Oh yeah, the one moment in Infinity War Endgame that broke me was Natasha dying. Like that really hurt to watch.
It does, but since I know she's gonna get her own film, it's not gonna bother me that much. It's not like when Han died; that will never get back. That won't have a chance.
Yo, Han could still be alive. Think about it. If Dog City is alive, then Han can survive.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, Han?
Oh, no, that's done already.
Oh,
I love that
Solo flop. So yeah, we have no future now.
That was terrific.
I'm gonna try to quickly change. It's kind of off topic a little bit. It's gonna be really quick though, just because it's gonna be off topic. It's gonna be really fast though. It's not. It's kind of about Star Wars.
Okay.
It's kind of off topic about Star Wars. That I don't think Anakin's the chosen one. I think it's Rey or Kylo because if you think about it, the chosen one's supposed to defeat the Emperor, and Anakin didn't do it, and Luke didn't do it. Right?
Darth Vader threw him in the pit.
The Emperor should be killed. The Emperor needs to be killed. That's how justice becomes.
Yeah, in episode 6.
What the fuck? He's in episode 9.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Are we talking about Star Wars now?
I don't want to talk about it because we'll be here for another 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
I already said I was done after Rogue One. I was done after Rogue One, guys. I didn't see Solo. I didn't see The Last Jedi, and I'm not seeing Episode 9 in December.
You're not seeing much.
I don't need anymore.
Yeah,
I don't need any more
Star Wars
SJWs
is kind of dead.
Sick.
Yeah, let's show him before we get over. Let's change it back.
If it's 4 hours, it's gonna flop. If it tries to be like this movie, it will flop. If it tries to be too much, like we're gonna kill Lando off, we're gonna kill off Luke, we're gonna kill off this or whatever, we're gonna do everything. It's not gonna top this. I don't care what anybody says.
Let's change the topic back to it before we have a fucking World War III.
Yeah, I'm glad Parker's not here because he would try to get upset, but I'm like, I said it a year ago. I was done.
Yeah. Yo, you need to ease up on the name dropping, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's just I'm not offended by Parker or anything. We're tight. It's just that I don't want to get him upset.
Me and Parker, I may go down to his in South Dakota around later this year when we may see Rob Zombies. So I mean, yeah. So I mean,
let's continue.
I thought it was funny how when Black Widow and Hawkeye were on their way to Volmir, Hawkeye's like, "It's a long way from Budapest, isn't it?"
Yeah, another line from the first movie. Yeah.
What happened in Budapest? Did they fuck or something? What the fuck happened in Budapest? Tell me.
I have a theory about that. Remember the first Avengers movie? She talked about how Barton was sent to kill her, and he made a different call. What if it works? Was she was sent to kill someone in Budapest, and then at the last moment she changed her ways, and she and Hawkeye team up in Budapest against her old comrades, the people who trained her, the Red Room.
Do you think
the cage? Actually, mean the cage. Oh, Mr. Gumeen, what's your opinion?
Oh, sorry, my internet went out for a little bit, so I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, we were just discussing about the Black Widow scene.
I think Black Widow's gonna have Hawkeye in a movie as a solo movie.
That would make sense.
And a prequel.
So I don't think in the Black Widow movie they're gonna have Hawkeye. I think they're gonna like name drop that Shield is onto her in that they're sending out an agent to intercept her, but I don't think we're actually gonna see Hawkeye. If we do, that'll be really cool. But I think this film is going to like do the prequel thing that most prequel films do, where they
do it right.
They lead up to it, and the film ends just before her mission in Budapest.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Is that a lot of people don't know this, but the two best friends out of the whole cast that know each other for the longest have been Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. They've been friends for over 10 years. There's a photo of them together.
I want to say
the first movie together was in the 2000s.
Yeah, so like
I'm old.
They did like 8 movies together, counting the MCU movies.
Yep.
Well, I guess that explains their terrific chemistry.
Oh, speaking of the bomb about, we can't have topics, but what's in the bomb about? What's in I am inedible. Jammed and
Yeah. Wait, what happened? People were laughing and they were cheering. Yeah, that was a gotcha moment. Man.
Oh, Joe, what do I know? I am inedible. And I am Iron Man. Snap.
No,
yeah.
Are we on?
I loved it. I was like that.
Okay.
That was totally bad. See, why couldn't Han die like that?
I don't know. I didn't.
Like a hero, not like a pussy.
The entire time, and then when Thanos was about snapped, I thought, "Oh God, here we go again!" But then it went clink, and I went, "Huh?"
Clink.
And then you see the glove on you see the gauntlet on Iron Man's hand, and went, "Oh my God!"
It's a gotcha moment, like having a fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout. When you think Tom Cruise
I knew right there, he's done, he's gone. But you know, if anyone had to do it, it probably had to have been him.
I wanted Hawk to fight Thanos for revenge.
I agree. That did not make opportunity. Good job, man.
What about
that Professor Hulk thing? I liked that, but still, it's like it was a little weird though. I don't know if we.
I feel like it felt kind of like
it was weird, but it didn't bother me because at least Hulk's in the movie more.
I kind of wish they had a follow up to Infinity War where like Hulk actually has a Hulk moment.
Yeah.
And like Hulk wakes up and like gets a rematch against Thanos as opposed to just doing Nerd Hulk from Mark Millar's Ultimates.
Yeah.
Or like
not
all new Ultimates, much rather.
I think it's an Ultimate. Or maybe it's from Doc Green stuff.
What am I?
No. So the whole Doc Green stuff is like when all of Bruce Banner's like personalities merge together, and it's like an idealized version of Bruce with his dissociative identities. But if they didn't have the emotional crux of his, child abuse, like coursing through his psyche.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
Yo, who the fuck's got the police at the fucking house?
One of my favorite moments.
That's the cops outside. They found the lolly stash of my neighbor.
One of my favorite moments though during the fight is when Cap lifts me there. Holy shit!
That was awesome.
That was great. That was like a really badass anime scene.
We were just mentioning Tom Cruise, right?
And I actually liked the little moment between him and Thor where Thor's like, "Here, you take this. I'll take that. You had the little one." I thought that was kind of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the moment where I was losing it when he called Avengers.
Assemble.
Oh, I was loving it.
I thought that was cool. I kind of wish he said that a little louder. It felt like it was one of those dramatic things It's just like that looks dramatic to the audience, but like to everyone else, is like, wait, did they hear what he said?
Yeah, I'll see it again and I'll hear it.
I think they have super hearing.
Yeah, Johnny.
They all have the magic hearing aids from the first Avengers movie.
Yeah. I wanted to show you something quickly, but you weren't here. You were gone. You were not here. We were just talking about Tom Cruise, and I wanted to show you this because I know you're a big Tom Cruise fan. Like you're like a Tom Cruise fanboy.
I see the floor. What's that?
Oh
That's
shit!
just
No.
The floor.
Oh, Ghost Protocol. Nice.
There we go. Yay!
Steelbook, and it was brand new. $6 on sale, brand new, wrapped.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I heard that movie was
Fallout.
pretty
good. It was amazing.
I have Fallout on 4K.
Nice.
I will say, dude,
amazing
Ghost Protocol will blow you away. There's a sequence of the Burj Khalifa that's amazing.
Yeah, that movie's great.
I was actually thinking about like they had the store pre-owned. They had that Infinity War Steelbook that's been out of stock for $30. They had the Avengers Steelbook for $25. They had the Deadpool Steelbook out of stock for $25. They had the Age of Ultron for $25. They had the Black Panther for $30. But I'm saving for an apartment, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna spend that money. But
I'm saving for Captain Marvel. It's coming out in June. Yeah. I'm gonna get it, despite the haters. I don't care.
But
I love that movie and what she does.
Speaking of Captain Marvel, I completely forgot. I wanted to act when Captain Marvel go to the ship. That was epic.
People were clapping. They weren't booing. They were clapping when she's glowing and she's like, ooh, and I was like, that was so awesome. I'm like, oh, you're so
I was loving that moment. I love that moment where she.
Thank God.
I love that moment where she's fighting Thanos and he headbutts her and she doesn't even flinch. Wow.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome. See?
Yes, but then Thanos still kicks her ass though.
Do you know who I wanted to see at Endgame that didn't show up? I wanted to see this guy, the actor, not the movie, but I wanted to see this actor. No, not this. The actor. Yeah, I wanted to see Vulture.
Yeah, he's going to be in Far From Home, so he's coming back in Far From Home.
Is he going to be good? Is he going to be evil?
Don't spoil that movie, guys. All of you guys, when you see that film, do not spoil it.
What, Beetlejuice? What? Don't spoil Beetlejuice?
No, Spider-Man Far From Home. Do not spoil that movie anywhere online. Do not spoil it because there's going to be dire consequences if you do.
And if any of you guys spoil, yeah, and if any of you guys spoil any horror movie that's coming out, because you guys know I'm probably the big horror fan out of this group.
No, I haven't seen a horror movie. Pet Sematary? No, I've seen the original.
Yeah,
but yeah, do not spoil that movie.
Okay, when it comes to like the whole like people getting beat up over like spoilers. Like
that was too much.
I get it. But part of me is like, okay, guys, it's just a movie.
Yeah,
like you don't have to like be.
Yeah, that happened in Asia. Some guy got beat up because he spoiled.
Yeah, I heard. I was like, yo, that's too ridiculous.
No,
that's why we're fighting. Yeah, we have to keep our spoilers to only in this podcast after it comes out. So
no, they're still mad because they made a shitty Karate Kid remake in China, so that's why they're still mad.
I don't think that's it, but we'll talk.
The movie's not that bad, but it's kung fu, not karate. It's called the Kung Fu Kid. Yeah, it's the worst one.
So boring.
Yo, Cobra fucking Kai. I don't care. We're talking about Marvel. Fuck Marvel for a sec. Cobra Kai season 2. Fuck Marvel for a sec. Cobra Kai season 2 is on tour with Endgame. That's what I'll say right now.
Fair enough. I heard Cobra Kai, but you know what? That's a different name. I want to get back to this.
Sorry.
After when Iron said Iron Man, when he dies, my jaw dropped again. No. Look, he finds to be found and found disappears. Like, I love that animating and that.
Yeah.
But damn, Iron Man died.
People were clapping. That happened.
My jaw dropped again. What?
Everyone probably thought Iron Man was going to live. They're like, oh, he's going to be injured. They actually thought, I think some of the people actually thought in the theater he was going to live. I was thinking for a sec that, oh, he's just going to live. He's going to be injured, right? I didn't think he was dying until Spider-Man came up. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like...
Don't fuck with me, dude. I got work tonight. Don't fuck with my feelings.
And probably say you can rest now. And Iron Man basically rested and passed away. But I'm happy they did have a scene. I'm complaining sad because... Oh, no. I mean, Iron Man... And I happy did not do a fake out because I'm like, I understand thing.
No, I don't want to fake out. No, I'd rather they go through it with it and do it right.
They got and Joe, what do you mean I'm in death?
How pissed would you have guys been if in a new in Spider-Man from Home, Spider-Man takes that chest piece and puts a suit inside it?
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna. No.
I don't know. I do love that moment though. During the battle, Scarlet Witch shows up. You took everything from me, and I don't know you. Oh, you will. I was like, oh, she's going OP on it.
That was awesome.
In the comics, he's fucking scared of her.
Yep.
Oh, he should be.
Yep.
In the comics, she could fucking kick his ass at the same time taking a shit. That's how powerful she is. Okay, like if Scarlet Witch gets her full powers, dude. I'm not a religious person. I'm not really religious. You guys know this. I'm not a big believer in all that shit. God couldn't even fucking touch her. Jesus fucking Christ. No one could touch Scarlet Witch. Like, not even. Of
course you can. You got the power of goddamn Infinity Stones.
Even Bill Cosby couldn't touch her, okay? Like, even Michael Jackson couldn't touch her. Michael Jackson likes touching people.
Magneto's daughter.
No,
what do you expect? Now they can put that continuity because X-Men belong to Marvel now. And the Fantastic Four.
They can.
I told you.
They can use.
I'm done.
Sorry. When X-Men are in the comics,
I wanted to say that.
They can use Magneto.
You mean the movie, not the comic?
Yeah, I mean the movie. They cannot use Magneto. Because her parents are already said they were people from what's it called?
With Iron Man death, I did see if anyone here said in the recording message, I will repeat that.
There's actually a way they can make Magneto her dad. They can just do it where they say he's a fugitive on the run, and he had those kids at one point, but he knew he couldn't take care of them while he's a fugitive.
Dude, you see Age of Ultron? They said both the parents died.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know. As far as she's concerned, she thinks those are her parents. We know they're her adoptive parents.
Dude, that whole house fucking is internet. I bet sometime between Civil War, she's like, Google open my parents' shop. Google my parents Friday. Well, your parents are fucking dead because they got fucking collapsed by a bunch of fucking earthquakes. Probably because of Hulk jumping like a fucking autistic spaz. But,
I ain't going away anytime soon. Yep, I agree. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I think the only person that might be able to take on Scarlet Witch in the MCU would be Captain Marvel, maybe, since they both have Infinity Stone power.
Well, the gems are gone. The gems, button pack.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter with the stones. They can do all this stuff even without the stones.
The thing that pisses me off is they don't really go into what Captain Marvel's powers are. Not even in the movie. They don't even really say what her powers are. Which kind of pissed me off.
Well, but like I said, there's going to be more of her in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I like Captain Marvel. I enjoyed the movie.
This avoid.
I did too.
I hated the space shit though. The space shit sucked in Captain Marvel. I wasn't a fan of the first 10 minutes. When she's in space, I wasn't a fan.
The dark scene when she's when she's with the Kree.
No.
Yeah, they were forgettable.
The first 20 minutes of the movie I didn't enjoy, but when she let him in Blockbuster, I enjoyed.
That's funny. Yeah, that made me smile. I miss Blockbuster. People clapped and they were invested.
Yeah. I was gonna open a video store like that, but it wouldn't make money probably, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Not only do they not explain her powers, we still have no fucking idea who the hell she is, outside of she was an Air Force pilot at one point.
At this point, we'll find out in the near future, man.
Yo, think about it. She's the next Iron Man. She's got a friend, an army friend, right?
Who by this point
exactly.
That little girl will be aged up by now. It's been 5 years, actually, been a year later.
Yeah, I've noticed her personality seems to be connected to other characters. It seems like she wants to do the right thing like Rogers does, but she does it in the Stark way where she's too cocky and arrogant. And to do
that's what people hated about her this year, and I'm like, I don't care. You just breathe for me. Even Zachary Levi said that.
Yeah, so. I don't think I'm glad he did that. I'm happy with that. But we'll wait off topic. Anyway, back on track. Hey, that rhymes.
There's the other Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we'll wait off topic. Anyways, I want to talk about this movie.
Yeah, the ending.
Iron stuff. We got you back where we got the Hulk. We talked about Ant-Man. We talked about the time travel stuff.
Captain America coming back as an old man.
Yeah,
that was great.
I was crying my eyes out. He finally got his dance.
That made me smile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the nice music at the end. People clapped. They weren't like screaming, but they were like.
Also, some people complain that when I get to the end of the Marvel Netflix characters, look, I'm sad that Marvel Netflix characters are not in this movie because, come on, yeah, I get them on Netflix, get them. Damn it.
Here's by Steve going back in time to be with Peggy, he basically wiped out her husband that was mentioned in Winter Soldier and her children.
Not exactly.
Not necessarily. I mean, we never see pictures of her husband, and if you watch that recorded message in the Smithsonian, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like she said, like she was trying to hold back, like the man who would become my husband, and so it's like, oh, is she talking about Steve, or is she trying to make her? Because odds are they probably kept a low profile during that time because I mean he wouldn't want people to know that he was alive.
God damn it!
Locked to his house. So it's like, Captain America's alive.
God damn it, Steve! Why are you cock blocking people? God damn it, Steve Watchos.
No, I think how it works is in the original timeline she married someone else, but as soon as Cap had the power to go back in time, that's when the timeline changed.
Yeah.
He married her instead.
It could have been all the time because when Cap basically went back in time, he followed Stone back, but he did one more jump, went back to the 40s, stayed Peggy.
Time or reality, yeah.
Yeah, and then stayed in that olden time a little longer, then went back to planes after they had switched. And it was oh my god, and then
speaking of trying to overturning the stones.
Yep.
I can only imagine what it would be like to have to re-inject the ether into Jane.
Yeah, or to have to see the Red Skull with the Soul Stone.
You could say that Steve Rogers was inside Jane.
Oh?
Interesting.
What about the Soul Stone? As far as he's concerned, the Red Skull is dead, but he finds out he's alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
and well.
Speaking of Jane,
like a ghost now.
They actually utilized a deleted scene from Dark World.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
Like, I'm not kidding. That scene where Jane wakes up and Rocket sneaks up behind her, that actually is taken from a deleted scene from Thor: The Dark World.
Huh.
Yeah, what I heard, that was a deleted scene, but the Rocket scene where Rocket's going up behind her is the new part of the scene, but it's still the same scene.
Do you think they actually got Natalie Portman back just for that scene, or no?
I think they put back for that scene.
Okay, basically what they did was they took the deleted scene from Dark World and then just superimposed Rocket in it. That's all they did.
Huh.
Well,
that's gonna be the case. Weird. Huh.
Well, yeah, you gotta think. Hollywood can do some crazy things nowadays.
That's true. Why we died then? But you know what? That's even not gonna day. But good call. But anyway, there's one more scene that everyone does come back. Even though I'm still sad that the Avengers game, the Martin Netflix game, I'm not gonna be in this movie. I still pissed me off. I want Deadpool. I want Deadpool in the movie, damn it. Give me Deadpool. Give me Chuck Deadpool, damn it.
Fun fact, my dear friend. I'm not sure if you've heard this, but I did remember reading Charlie Cox was supposed to appear in Civil War.
That sounds epic. Why did we get him?
Probably the same reason why Gwyneth Paltrow and the same reason why Gwyneth Paltrow and Evangeline Lilly were written out of the movie. Probably too many characters.
That's true. Damn it. Oh well.
Actually, that's the funny part. They were going to include the Wasp, but they said they cut her out because they thought it wouldn't be appropriate to introduce her without the solo outing with Ant-Man and the Wasp first, which I thought was the smart move because now there's more anticipation for Endgame this year.
Well,
my beautiful bug.
Even in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, they have that little scene between Scott and Hope where he's like, "If I had asked you, would you have came with me?" She's like, "Well, we don't know but if I had, you would have never been caught." That's kind of a reference to the fact that she was cut out of the movie.
Oh! What? Anyway, Ant-Man, I could be that Easter egg. Then remind me, when Cat did about the 1970s, we going to see Sam when he came out with that.
I do love that scene though where she calls Captain America Cap, and like 2 movies ago, you just made fun of Scott for calling him that. You just did that.
Yeah. Earlier.
That was great. Yeah, I
Yeah, because Mysterio, can he mess with reality as well too?
No, he
Mysterio.
did more illusions than
That's going to be a really good villain. I'm going to say that right now because Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal are friends, so you're going to see that dynamic in the movie. I'm going to be so happy. I'm like, oh, and it'll be lighter. It's not going to be 3 hours, guys. Trust me.
That's kind of funny how Jake Gyllenhaal's going to appear in Far From Home, considering the fact he almost replaced Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man 2.
Huh? I didn't know about that. The more you know.
Basically, the story was
when he was doing
Seabiscuit, filming the movie Seabiscuit and broke his back, and so since they weren't sure if Toby would be healed by the time, they were going to replace him with Jake Gyllenhaal. But yet Toby was able to be healed enough to do the movie.
Would have been a mistake to replace him.
That would be
exactly.
I don't get what you say. The same main trilogy, some of them have problems, but it's what, even if the one has problems, but it's a film I can all watch them
lighter.
It's my childhood.
I'm gonna watch them before Far From Home. I'm not gonna bother with the amazing film. Just depressing.
I fucking sold those movies. I sold Homecoming instead.
Yeah, Homecoming. Homecoming and this movie are the best movie in the franchise. But you know what?
Wait, what?
There's one more thing I do with Endgame. I could be going to mention this. When Chapter Shield attacked the Falcon, that made me smile because
that was great. Some dumb kids spoiled that. They said, "Oh, we don't need a black Captain America." I'm like, it's not about the race, guys.
Yeah,
that's passing the torch.
Yeah, but
that's in the comics, like cartoons as well.
Thank you. Why don't you people read the comics for once?
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Or watch the cartoons. That's how I knew about Captain Marvel before her movie came out. So
I knew
a lot of even when she was the Warbird.
Yeah.
The yellow suit that she has, the yellow and black suit. Mm-hmm. The Warbird. Check it out.
Give me Captain Warbird.
That's cool. That looks awesome.
Fucking punch.
I like that better than his black costume with the red wings. I like it. I really do. It looks cool.
Oh yeah. And also,
it's not. You know, what was it? What's it called? A progressive. That's in the comics. That was before all this progressive.
It'll be a very cool thing when Bucky and Falcon have a fight, because I bet they both use the shield. Like, he'll talk to shield to Bucky.
I have a feeling that Bucky knew what Steve was going to do about returning to the past.
Yeah,
and that's probably why he had a date. And I think that's probably why. Because otherwise, it would have given away what Steve was going to do.
Yep, and the movie ended, you know, with all respect before going to space, we gone down to pretty cool. We get down we never killed herself.
Yeah, and that's where the time travel gets confusing here's the thing, because you would think once the 2014 Nebula was killed, the 2023 Nebula would cease to exist.
Because actually, I asked someone about that. They said that's different. They said it creates an alternate timeline where Nebula doesn't exist, but it does not affect the future Nebula. It only affects the new timeline. That means in the new 2014 timeline, Nebula doesn't exist.
He's an android.
I said earlier, the Back to the Future time travel makes a lot more sense.
Time travel is always confusing in any medium. You can't.
Everything. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Die Hard,
Rick and Morty, Doctor Who,
Die Hard,
Star Trek,
Terminator.
Yeah, exactly. It's always kind of convoluted, but if it entertains me, I don't care.
Oh, yes, it is. I love the time travel. Why time travel keeps showing every media? It keeps showing Kingdom Hearts, showing more combat, showing Doctor Who doing the time travel. Terminator.
Superman.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but Rebels introducing time travel raises a lot of questions.
Yeah, but that's no.
All of there's no one going back in time and killing Palpatine before the Empire is risen. Oh, I don't know, because we never thought of that.
I think that's the trick, though. Because the Avengers have messed with time now, we're going to see Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, we need Kang the Conqueror. Oh, Joe, what do you mean Kang the Conqueror showing up? Joe?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. What was the question again?
What the band that King the Congo showing up?
Sorry, say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
Since the band made time so much, what the band activated for King the Conqueror?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember the cartoon.
I mean, my head, like, as far as time travel. Oh man. I don't know. I never thought of that actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry I couldn't come up with a better answer, but I never actually gave it much thought.
Okay, man. I understand. Time to call Uber for a sec. This time travel crap. For the bird egg. Some people will enjoy. Did make Uber. Uber the amazing movie. I love that movie. And my all-time time I movie next back.
Yeah, you know what? And time travel, it doesn't matter what movie it's in. People are always going to ask, well, doesn't it affect this over here, or doesn't it affect that over there? And sometimes I just want to be what Bruce Willis was in Looper, where it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like no one knows the cause and effect of time travel. No one knows how it would work.
Exactly.
Newsflash. And if you say you do, newsflash, you don't really.
You don't really.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen enough time travel movies to know time travel.
So it's like I appreciate. Well, actually, I appreciate that how they tried to give like a lot of attention to detail in Endgame. Like they did try to explain it, but still, it's unfortunately. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter how you try to do time travel. It's still people are still going to get confused.
Time travel is so dumb with that. It's very confusing. Even in comics, it's confusing. Like they put time in Marvel and DC comics. Where I should have said that. Marvel put time travel way too much. In Age of Ultron, after con, they throw time and space.
They
throw time and space. And
I think the big villains.
Or even think of like Days of Future Past, like when they go back when Logan goes back in time to his younger self in the 70s, and then they wipe the entire original movies clean. So it's like, so what's Logan been doing this entire time for the last like 50 years? Did Charles Xavier control him? But that's another story. But even in that movie, there's still questions like, what was going on in between that interim? I mean,
and why was Xavier such a douche in the past anyway?
That time travel made sense.
Drunk idiot.
But then they ruined it with Apollo now with Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
I don't want to get into that right now.
I am so hyped for Dark Phoenix. I'm so hyped.
Hey, good for you. I'm just not personally, but hey, you know.
You know what? We'll have topic.
I'll say this quickly.
Okay.
And you guys can fucking fight me. James McAvoy is a better Professor Xavier than Patrick Stewart, in my opinion.
I think both of them are great, but different regions. That's my opinion.
I guess.
I'm personally excited to see Kang the Conqueror, Galactus, and Doctor Doom in the future.
Thank you. That's what I want to see. I need to see Galactus after this. He doesn't even need to snap. He could just eat a planet.
Galactus is extremely hard to do. I mean, they kind of did it in Fantastic Four, but Galactus is... The character, I mean, they did it easy in Fantastic Four. Oh, he's just a fucking planet that eats other planets. There you go.
Oh, the giant purple guy, John Station.
I want to see that. I need to see a Galactus in space once in my life in a movie. I have to see that.
I want to see Dr. Doom.
I don't want a stupid cloud. They have the budget. This movie's gonna make like $3 billion. Watch. So they're gonna do Galactus.
In 2 days, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the biggest opening in the history of cinema.
Welcome back.
Look, to be fair, when it comes to
it's gonna be Titanic, and it's gonna be Titanic. It's gonna be Force Awakens. I know it. I'm gonna feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
It already beat Force Awakens.
Not domestically though.
Well, not domestically.
I want
it. Technically, here's the thing: if you're talking about Endgame's the second highest grossing movie worldwide, of all time. So yeah, it already beat Force Awakens.
Oh, Mr. Kubini, I want to ask you. What do you mean?
Hey, sorry guys, my internet went out. What was the question?
What do you mean? Can't Dr. Doom showing up now? The Endgame finished.
Yeah, I want to see
like
that.
The big villain?
Galactus, I would say, because he's huge. Like he's the size of a freaking.
I really want Annihilus to be the villain. I really want like them to do Annihilus into like do Annihilation Wave.
Yeah,
I think that'll be really interesting. Because I feel like you can't do the whole like. I feel like you can't do the whole like build up to a new villain thing anymore. Like they already did with Thanos. I feel like next they should just like have like each film be an event. The villain appear.
Well,
and like have just go big or go home.
Yeah. Topped it. This is the biggest movie of the Sunday. These are the biggest event.
The freaking decade, man.
This is an event, and they can't top this. Nobody else to go. But,
yeah. No. Although I also feel like Marvel shouldn't make any more movies after this.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like this should have just been like the finale, and they could have gone out on a high note.
Was made already, so that's coming out next.
My big fear is that this is gonna be like
the last.
This is gonna be like a TV show. Actually, no, this is a TV show, and I actually was talking about this a little earlier with someone else, where how like there are certain shows that are really good when they first start out.
Yeah.
But like after a few seasons, like it goes downhill and it starts to wear out its welcome. I feel like this is where the MCU is now. Like,
I think after
this is
Far
Flash season 2.
Nothing's gonna
Flash
fucking.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The MCU, they have plans for 10 years of the MCU, but I don't think none of it's gonna be as good as the first 10 years after Far From Home.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna be better than that, but I still want more, man. I don't want it to just die out.
At the same time, though, it's gonna be like Fantastic Four is gonna be down. Like, that's gonna be cool. I feel like it's gonna be like a budget.
I don't know, but with Fantastic Four, that might take some legal issues to deal with first.
Hey guys, fun fact: since Thanos is dead, guess who Josh Brolin can play? Cable in the MCU. Because Josh Brolin plays. Think about it. Josh Brolin can come back as Cable.
Hey, get my Cable. That'd be pretty cool.
He's gonna be Cable again, probably. I think in Deadpool 3, probably.
Yeah.
Which Disney's not touching that.
Disney said
we're still gonna get Marvel films. This isn't the end. This isn't the last Marvel movie ever
Disney
made.
said they're gonna
this train, man.
Disney said they're gonna keep Deadpool the same, and they may try to. Yeah, and they may try to make him in with the MCU somehow.
No, I'm not saying they aren't going to make any more. I'm just saying like I don't think they should make any more.
Yeah, they're not going to stop this. Let's face it. Like the closest is maybe Guardians 3. I want that to finish because James Gunn getting fired, that was not needed.
Yeah.
We waited so long for a third one. We were supposed to get it next year, but no, because of the controversy. That's why. That I want to see end. And then
I want to see Avengers Infinite Crisis.
Oh no! I got a bad idea. Avengers Secret Wars.
Oh my fucking god! That's comic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With the Beyond it.
Okay, what are you talking about, Tevya?
I'm talking about Secret Wars. What Secret Wars?
Which Secret Wars? There's like 3.
Oh yeah, the Secret Wars from the 1980s. Wait, 1999. I forget. Then the Secret Wars, which is from Bendis.
Tevya, if you're talking about War of the Scrolls,
no. That's Secret Invasion. Secret Wars.
There it is. Yeah.
This one. And the big crazy one with God Doom. Behold, God Doctor Doom.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Yep. With Doctor Strange.
That looks great.
Yep. The 2 Secret Wars. The original and then the Doctor Doom one. I put it ready to go with the original one first. Because Doctor Doom one, the other one might be the classic that should be adapted.
Yeah, I think if Marvel are going to do the build-up to another crossover, they're probably going to do a build-up, but they're probably not going to take as long as they did with Thanos.
No, they can't. They don't have time. They'll lose the audience if they do.
Guys, I got to get ready for work. I got an 8-hour shift, so...
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just got to say one last thing about this film. It was amazing. It was everything I was expecting. There was a couple of things that pissed me off, a little bit of flow, and Hawk not getting his final fight. But I do think this is one of the best MCU films. Maybe a little bit better than Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier is a film you can watch by itself, and it's like one of the best films.
And it's like a great
Endgame, you have to watch a lot of other films to fucking have that enjoyment.
Or you'll be lost completely.
But I don't know if it's better than The Dark Knight, because Dark Knight was so much of a darker film, and even
what's that sound?
Even though Endgame tried to be dark. It was dark, but it wasn't dark. It didn't feel as dark as The Dark Knight. It didn't feel as dark as Sam Raimi's. Yes. So I'm gonna go now. It was nice doing this. I may not be back because I told you I'm not gonna be fucking part. I just wanted to do this because it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I probably won't be in a lot of podcasts anymore. This guy already told you guys this is only because it's Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks. Yeah, catch me later or whatever. Text me. I don't know. I don't like people, but if you want to text me, maybe I'll respond. Okay. I'm gonna go fucking jack off and take a shower. Okay, so later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Very blunt. Cool.
All right. Yep. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this movie. This Spider-Man is really tough stuff. Yeah, this is very. All right. We were talking future. As far as the MCU is concerned, I agree. This is the end of the year. This film can end. This film might live up to everything they built up. You can't top this. You can't play any of the MCU. Anyways, here I'll be happy with it. But since they're still going to keep going, I'm hoping they do two things. One, take a break. After this, that's a break. As far as I'm concerned, we'll see.
I am really excited to see the Fantastic Four.
There should be at least like a 5-year gap between like this.
Far From Home's going to be a lot lighter.
So I'm kind of worried with that.
People will like it, at least like it,
I'm kind of worried about that. I'm kind of worried about like the MCU's handle of the Fantastic Four, personally.
How come?
Because I feel like, so just like based off of Homecoming, like I know that like Marvel Studios would make a fun like well received Fantastic Four film, but I just kind of feel like they would kind of like get rid of the heart and soul of what the Fantastic Four is to make a fun film, which isn't the worst, which isn't bad. Like super movies do all the time.
It cannot get worse than that. No way.
There are two Fantastic Four they can do. They can do Open Fantastic Four, which in my opinion a horrible idea, but you're a messed up battery because with Fox and Open Fox were fucked up this Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fox already, they're done.
Yeah,
that looks awesome.
Battery. So don't do Open. We don't do Open unless you do Marvel Zombies.
No, let's keep the weird like. Who did Marvel Zombies? Was that like that was the guy who does Walking Dead, right? That was Kirkman.
Yeah, Kirkman did it.
Yeah, Kirkman and his weird Marvel Zombies universe.
We don't need any zombies in the MCU
over there.
Yeah.
Just keep them away from everything.
Yeah, let's keep zombies away from at least for now. If you want to do more zombies, do it in animated series.
I vividly remember that like panel where Spider-Man is swinging in Marvel Zombies and like he's using his veins, and I'm like, I'm not reading this anymore. This is disgusting.
Yeah. Marvel Zombies is crazy. Marvel Zombies got way too crazy to the base, and they got this stupid without a sequel they got. Marvel Zombies 2, Marvel Zombies 3, Marvel Zombies 4. Like, Marvel, stop doing Marvel Zombies. You destroyed the money already. No, I'll give Marvel Zombies it died, and then it died. Oh, that account got wasted.
Yeah.
Like I do like the ending of Marvel Zombies
worse than what they did a couple years ago. So
yeah.
Yeah, I do like the ending of Marvel Zombies where like they eat Galactus and they become cosmic beings. That was pretty
cool. Funny. Yeah, that's great.
Although I will say like if another MCU film that comes out, I would like for them to go smaller.
Yeah, that's true.
Like do a film like Ultimatum where it's just
don't do Ultimatum. Don't do that. Ultimatum is a bloodbath.
No, don't like straight up do Ultimatum because Ultimatum's like a terrible story, but like the concept is pretty interesting where they like these heroes who've like battled like aliens and gods are like faced with a flash flood that just like destroys New York, and it's just them trying to like keep everything together. Like I think like that would be a really interesting idea.
Magneto with the Polar Ice Guy's crap.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, if you remove the Magneto crap stuff and all the bullshit, all the death down that stupid story, just do the first stuff and that's it. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Those footsteps would be interesting. I think just do that and that's it. But anyway,
yeah, because then you'd also get that like really cool scene where like you got Spider-Man just like diving in to save as many people as he possibly can. Oh, this guy is actually not a bad person.
yeah,
that's like my favorite scene in Ultimatum.
I think that was in the main book. I think that was actually in the tie-in to Ultimate Spider-Man tie-in. Yeah. Anyway,
was it? Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I haven't read Ultimatum like in a long time.
Yeah, that old dog, that pissed me off. Stop killing up your head, or like an open mouth kill the water case. Shit. Doctor Strange got his head blown off. Bullshit. Wash died in that book. Campbell with a blob. Magneto died in that book. Like the X died and next snap. Wolverine died.
I mean, actually, pretty much all the X-Men died.
All the X-Men nearly died. There only 3 survivors. Only 4 survivors. I lost count.
And Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man. And they've been at the 4, but then ultimately they begin to make it. Doctor Doom dies. Scrap that. Doctor Doom. The real Doctor Doom, the real open Doctor Doom was in zombie, but then that was an imposter. That was I got my head explode how stupid old man was.
Was that like revealed?
Ultimate
like
FF.
Ultimate FF?
Yes. Ultimate Fever.
Yeah, I started reading that and I kind of like dropped off.
You weren't missing much. We can near the end, but
what are we talking about before we start talking about Ultimatum? Because now I feel like we're just talking about Ultimatum.
I'm not kidding. Actually happened. We have Platypus Galactus. Like, you know that A stands for France. Right. Where the hell is that picture?
Yeah. I actually like those costumes.
The costumes were cool. The stories were bad.
Yeah, I also wasn't a huge fan of the art of that particular book.
Yeah, the art wasn't good. The art was mediocre.
Yeah. But although, like the thing about like the Ultimate Universe and like just Marvel in general is, I feel like Marvel is constantly trying to like get new fans by like doing offshoot stuff.
Sure.
And that's kind of what, and like the Ultimate Universe kind of became irrelevant once the MCU became a thing because the MCU became the new Ultimate Universe in that sense.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe got shot in the foot. It got murdered by Ultimatum, but then it came back and then it got murdered again in Open End. But by this stupid book, where we have the 2 open characters fight each other. Why?
Didn't the Bendis bring back the Ultimate Universe and Spider-Man 2?
He brought back, but then that went nowhere.
Yeah, that was like Bendis' like last middle finger to Marvel editorial.
Yeah, it's like, you can't destroy my unit. I'll destroy my unit my own way, Open End. But no one liked that, but they were stupid. I don't care. I'm better. Now Spider-Man 2. But Spider-Man 2.
Although I do want to see like what the new Ultimate Universe looks like.
Honestly, at this point, I see the Dream of the Owners ready to die. You were destroyed already 3 times at this point. So I see the Dream of the Owners. But I know they only. We'll wait a topic on me. You know what? This is another topic in it.
That's true.
Yeah. It's only that's fair. Game of Thrones time. So, anyways, what to talk about?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So, should we give our ratings?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Sean, you go first.
Me?
Sean?
Yes. What?
Yeah, I'm
What's your rating on Endgame?
Yeah, let him go first.
I say like I would give around like maybe 8.
Fair enough. Okay. Movement. Awkward. John, what's your rating?
Movie Man, is he there?
Yo.
I don't hear him.
I hear him.
Yeah, I hear audio, but
I don't.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh wow.
John, Avenger, your rating?
Yeah. I love this movie. You guys know it. I bought this poster a few weeks before I saw the film. Every second of this movie counted for me. You know, it was every fan service that was done here was done completely right for the fans. You know, the Russos kept the fans in mind first before the money, and that's why we kept going to see it. I love the actors in this movie. 99% of them are just fantastic. I would have liked to see more of the older Cassie, because Catherine Langford was supposed to be older Cassie, but she was cut out and they put another actress. She was fine. Tilda Swinton was only in 2 scenes. You know, there's some people that get underused. Like Captain Marvel should have been in it more, but we will get more for in the next 5 or 10 years. So I'm happy about that. The final battle is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in the theater. The crowd reaction was just phenomenal. The humor worked in the moments that we needed it. The film didn't feel long. I felt like I was watching 2 movies at once. I'm like, great, I'm getting a awesome dramatic sci-fi movie and an action movie at the same time.
Yep.
This is my favorite movie of the year. There's nothing that's going to come close to topping it. I don't care about episode 9. There's nothing it's going to do to top this. Not even close, even if it's 4 hours. The film just, the ending was done right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of build up, a lot of films setting it up, and it was a major payoff.
Yeah,
and I give this a 10, and I love it just like the first one. I got that same feeling in the theater. I was a kid again. I clapped a lot. My throat was hurting so much because I cheered so much, and just the feeling of these movies give me are indescribable. Sometimes they really are. And even if DC will have a moment like this, I want them to have a Justice League that's like this, or close to it, because I really think that they can do something good. Give us a good Flash movie, and give us a Justice League sequel that doesn't get edited to crap. When you let the directors do their work, you get a masterpiece like this.
Indeed, amen. And
I would and Warner Brothers would get that through their heads, because when you take a director out, it doesn't work. Usually, it's going to cause problems.
Speaking of statue,
2 heads are better than 1, and it worked all the way through.
Oh yeah, one thing I appreciated about this movie was I really liked how Russos managed to take even weak movies like Dark World and made them relevant. Like I love.
Yeah, they made me care about Thor's mother, but this is before she dies, and they have a connection before she dies. So it has some weight to it. It adds to the films. Like when Star-Lord gets punched out, I was laughing my ass off. Like when he was dancing in the first Guardians. Like he's an idiot. That was funny. I was like, that was for Jurassic World. I hated that movie. But yeah, the movie just it did not insult me. I was not sitting there bored. No, I was never bored.
Indeed.
Could have been shorter, yeah, but this is a finale to a great grand, opera in a way. And you have to just let people remember this. And I'm gonna remember this forever, guys. 10 out of 10. I have nitpicks, but there's nothing that like hurt me in the film, like other films last year or in the last 10 years. You're just, this was an event for the fans, and they showed up. And we are going to continue to love this movie when it's on Blu-ray, 4K, digital, whatever. I'm going to see this film a lot. I love it.
I think Young Avenger was Cassie Lange's statue.
Yeah, and I think
that
this movie is cool.
Young Avenger, I'll be happy. Freaking Young Avenger. Yeah. Young Avenger, Ron 15 Marvel Comics, next to Titan and Young Justice. And I want Young Avenger. And in the future, I am sold. Because I love Cassie Lang, I love Statue, I love
they can do that. Now that they've done this, so.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about these movies these are like the generation Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, everything. It's like a bunch of franchises rolled into one new package.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Guardians is also kind of like my new Star Wars as well, because it feels like a lot like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'm waiting. Oh yeah. Oh wait, Joe. You're waiting?
Me?
Yeah.
And my thoughts on Endgame, I thought it was I thought it was a great, emotionally satisfying experience. And I think I'd have to watch it again, but I think it just might be my favorite Avengers movie out of all the 4 that we've seen.
One.
And
no doubt.
My personal favorite.
Mine too.
So I still think there's something about the first one that really got me, and I don't know if I like that more. I have to watch Endgame again just to be sure, but I think at the moment, it might just be my personal favorite because I thought it was, you know, I mean, many people pointed out, I thought it was a great wrapping up and of everything that's been building up for the last 11 years. I think it gave me what I wanted, and, you know, everything else that I never knew that I wanted. Like, I liked seeing Cap being like satisfied that he lived his life, and I wasn't sure if he was going to live or not, but, you know, I'm glad that he did. And yeah, I don't really see anywhere else to describe it. I mean, there's a couple of nitpicks, you know, with the time travel, as I mentioned earlier, but, you know, every movie's going to have flaws. There's no dancing around it. But
yeah, but
overall, I thought it was a great experience, and I would not hesitate to see it multiple times again.
Yeah, when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm getting it in a few months.
Oh yeah, I'm planning to watch it and Infinity War the day it comes to Blu-ray in a double feature night with pizza.
Oh yes, that's like 6 hours of movie.
It's a good mini.
That would be 5 hours and 20.
Yeah, so final thoughts. I had fun with it. It's like not in my top 5. It's like in my top 10 though. I give Endgame like a 6 out of 10. It was great. Like, it was a great fan service film. But you know, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. After me, you know,
I wish Josh was here because I wanted to hear his thoughts.
Yeah, I want to go to where you can join and we're talking about reading. I remember for my review Endgame. I did this movie. So I'm pretty good. 5 out of 5, perfection, A+. I have anything. I have more fans than me. Did everything I wanted. Because you, but you know, you did really topping and shit. But I love Shazam. So I'm one of the DC movie. That is my DC movie. Period. Next to Dark Knight. I don't care. I'm a DC fan. I'm a fan. I'm all fan. This was a great set of Avengers. This was a great payoff for 10, 11 years. I love this movie. Go on, period. Sorry. This is my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie, period. No one can top this. This movie is the best movie in since forever. It beat Star Wars. It beat okay, guys, they're coming. Guys, are very close to it. But it beat the end movie. This movie is amazing. 10 out of 5, 10 out of 5, A+.
Yeah.
Perfection. And I cannot wait for the future. Even though it's fun and Bob Allen will be the finale. I did. Sorry, I don't know why, but I think they did the finale. As for the future, I don't know what hopefully the plan was, but we're the best. And
I'm still positive.
The movie and
I would totally love like if they're gonna continue with these movies being set post 2023, I would totally love to see Scott and Hope train Cassie.
Yeah, I'm hoping that happens. But
yeah, another thing I'm hoping for is to see Scott and Hope get married.
Sorry, I gotta wait. Oh, wait. Thank you join for Avengers Endgame sports for discussion. Sorry to like that next show, but I gotta go and Game of Thrones. Like, fun to see it up way soon. And enjoy. Stay tuned for next discussion on maybe. Yeah,
Dark Phoenix for you guys. Well, Godzilla, we could do one for that, Tevye, in June. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I want to probably talk about it.
After the last one, no thanks.
I know you don't want to hear it, Sean. That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That or Dark Phoenix, definitely Spider-Man. We have to make time for that. It comes out July 2nd, guys.
Like the end of the month, right?
Yeah, May 31st. I can't wait. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Pikachu, John Wick 3, and then that. I can't wait, man. I'm so pumped. That's going to continue into next year. Yeah, so May 17th.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Anyway, now, John, what we find you guys? Guys,
go for it. I'll go last.
Well, you guys can find me on YouTube, Bear200591. The links to my Facebook, Twitter, and my Google accounts are all listed on there.
Okay. Movement. Movement.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Where can we find you?
Oh, that's my here. I'm gonna send you guys my my link now. Just get it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You could no, no, Joe. Come in.
You guys can find me on YouTube as Joe Tefano, and you can follow me on my social media accounts through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links will be on the channel once you find me. And if you like, feel free to subscribe if you like what you see there.
I will.
There you go. That's mine.
Yep. And you can follow me, you can just follow me by my Twitter, on Google or Google Reddit there now. You can follow me on Twitch, on Stardust, join us for, Mr. Green, where can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Mystical Green Beanie. Links to my Twitter and Instagram will be on my channel as listed. Yeah.
Yep, you can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter, by Google or Google Reddit. You can on Twitter. They're going to join us for Avengers. John, we can find you.
You can find me, John Avengers 7 1985. I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook. It's all the links are in the description box. And this was fun, guys. I really needed to do this. It's been 2 weeks since I saw the movie. It's still fresh in my mind. It's making billions of dollars. I'm so happy. When this comes out on Blu-ray, this and Captain Marvel are going to be sitting right next to my other films on Blu-ray. I need to get the other films like Black Panther and such. But wow, what a way to go, man! What a way to end. To end Marvel, this 11-year journey on a high note, and we're going to continue into Phase 4. Hopefully, there's a lot of good things, at least for Phase 4. Hopefully, the X-Men gets done right. I want to see Cyclops as the hero, as the leader of that. Better villains, more characters that we haven't seen yet, and who knows? Another Avengers movie probably will be in 5 years or so. It's not going to be next year, but I can wait. We waited a long time for the first one, so I can wait. But anyway, this is great. Thanks for doing this.
And say next week on Sunday, and we're talking about Avengers Assemble. See ya.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.